Hello, my name is Simon Gusah and I'm an aspirant for the office of Governor of Benue State 2023 to 2027 on the platform of the NNPP, New Nigeria People's Party, Peace, Equity and Progress. I'd like to talk a little bit about finance. Financing development plans, financing government. And it begins, of course, with financing my own campaign. In my party, I hope to pick up my nomination form for about 10 million naira, which is something in the order of what, $20,000 US. Beyond that, I will then need to do fundraising for a campaign that will last over 6 months. We will need to raise about 100 times the cost of the form, about 1 billion naira. Call it $2 million US. That we hope will be enough to get us into government. And the fundraising is a very simple strategy. It's known as blended finance. You start from soft sources of finance and then you go to more harder investors. So you start with readily available sources, and this is how we will run our government. Because we have no intention as a state government of denying the local governments their funding and financing. It will not happen. We need to push all funding for local government down to the local level. And then we need to hold those local governments to account for every penny. The money to develop Benue State is not in Benue State. We need to bring it in. We need to attract it into Benue State from external sources. And again, we will take a blended finance approach. We start with the soft sources, grants, donor aid, the church, and so on. There are sources of finance. These charitable bodies are interested in education, in health, in human welfare. Those are the soft finances. And it is how we use these soft finances and make sure that development is taking place at the local level, where government meets people and where the people meet the market, that we will be able to convince those long-term investors that we are a good investment. This is our approach. The federal allocation is not enough. We know that. That's why the government is owing pensions, and that's why the government is owing salaries. We must spend the little resources we have available to us to make Benue State an attractive destination for investment inflow. We have to do this. I repeat again, for clarity, and so that there is no doubt of what I'm saying. The money to develop Benue State is not in Benue State. It's not even in Abuja. The money to develop Benue State will need to come into Benue State. It will need to come into Nigeria from the markets, ultimately. But we will start with our friends who give us development aid, donors, grants, and so on. We will make sure that our books are in order so that those harder sources of finance, those sources of finance that require repayment with interest, will be attracted to Benue. This is how we're going to run Benue. The same standard to which the donors and the financiers will hold Benue State is the same standard that we as a state government will hold the local government. We will give them their monies, and we will help them to attract their own independent funding, because the autonomy of the local government, financial, fiscal, administrative autonomy of local government is central. And on that basis, with transparency and openness, we will have a system that is able to bring in the monies required to make Benue State fully developed, to develop Benue State one community at a time. This is our intention. This is our strategy. My name is Simon Gusah, and I'm aspiring for the office of Governor of Benue State 2023 to 2027. Thank you.